The next question is about your summers with your girlfriends. Naomi. Can you reminisce about those?
We all went to camp together. I think we were 5. It was great fun. We had boyfriends. It was dancing. It was marvelous meals. It was great fun. It was horseback riding. It was fun. I still know. I still keep up with some of them. I speak to Evelyn. Naomi is now in a assisted living, and she lost her memory. But I was visiting her for a while. Evelyn used to call me and say, meet me on the corner of Kings Highway near the subway. We'll have pickles together. And I ran down and we had pickles together. And I called Evelyn recently. She has a good friend, Nathan, who she lives with. Marina Del Rey, right on the water.
What did you talk about? What did you talk about with Evelyn?
I talked about years ago how when we were in camp, Barbara used to the lake was down below, and Barbara used to hold my head down so I'd have to climb up the stairs with my head down, bent over. And she said she remembers doing that. It was very mean.
But you got through it okay. And you met Marvin at this camp?
Yes, I met Marvin, and he used to say, I introduced you. I'm the one responsible for you, because I was a counselor. We had a counselor's first dance, and I wore a gorgeous Angora sweater. And he danced with somebody that he liked, but then he danced with me. And he dropped the other one, my friend. So we went out. And I didn't see him during the year. And on the way back on the train, on the way back to camp, I was reading the Reader's Digest upside down. And he came along and he said, would you like to go be friends again this summer? I said, I wouldn't be friends with you if you were the last person in the world.
What happened after that?
He stole an expensive watch from his father's inventory and gave it to me. And my mother said, you can't accept that. That's expensive, and he's not even your boyfriend. So I gave it back to him. He gave it to me. He says, you have to take it. From now on, we're boyfriend, girlfriend. And I had seen Jack Straws before that from the aluminum company. And they invited me for dinner. And he liked me. And they were giving me aluminum trays and presents. But I really didn't like him. He wore black shoes and white socks. And he was always eating prunes. And I didn't like him. But then Marvin was out of town taking care of his uncle died. His uncle shoveled some dirt on somebody's grave, and he dropped dead. So he took care of his uncle's business, all the things in Springfield, I think. And he came back and he said, would you like to have a date Saturday night? I said, sure. And that was a night that Jack Straw was coming over too. So I dressed with a gorgeous maroon velvet dress with buttons on the front, long sleeve, and I put a big house coat on top of me. But the collar was sticking out. And Jack Straws and Marvin showed up at the same time. And they both sat on the couch together. And Jack realized that he wasn't supposed to be there, so he left.
Wasn't there a story where your mother said something, overheard Jack's mother overheard your mother say something?
Yeah.
What was that? In the store?
Yeah, what happened was...
How did that go?
Frida was in love with Jack Schlemmer.
Oh.
She was younger, and she was in love with this guy. And she had a date with him. And her mother and this other, Jack's mother, were in the butcher together. And her mother said, oh, she's in love with a schlepper. He's so ugly, he's so ridiculous, he's so funny looking. And the other mother heard about it. And he never picked her up for a date that night. That was the end of that.
How did your mother and father meet?
Well, in Temple. It was arranged in Temple. Temple friends. I have a wonderful daughter. They got them together. They had never met each other. But fortunately, after they got together, they had a real affection for each other. And they developed a real caring.
Your mother and father?
Yeah.
So what happened after they got married? It started to kind of...
After they got married...
Because he wasn't a particularly affectionate man.
Well, my father used to buy her sewing kits. He liked her handwriting. He was always buying them. He was a captain in the reserve. Head of the New York Port of Embarkation. There were a lot of women and just him. The goings and comings. Who left and didn't come back. And he was very attentive with her with gifts. So she was flattered. But she didn't really care. She liked Jackson. And I know that they were very close. Very close. And I found my mother used to sleep on the couch in the living room once in a while. I saw her there. I had my own bedroom. So, and then when she got sick, she refused to go to the doctor because she once went for a tonsillectomy. When they came in with the scissors and needle, she ran out of there. And after that, she never went to the doctor. And the only one that dragged her to the doctor was Paul. He dragged her. By that time, she had cancer in the bladder. And they told her to go to a gynecologist. Had she gone, they could have diagnosed it and saved it. But she didn't go. And she was sick in bed, and he didn't even know it, Phil. He didn't even know it. Finally, she said, I want to visit Rhoda. He took her. She almost didn't make it in the elevator. She came up to my house. And she was sitting in this back chair, and she was saying, Lady love. Lady. She let bleeding fully fill with me. And finally, she had
And then I
to
stayed
go
home
into,
and
and Judy was a nurse then too.
income statement.
And Judy stayed overnight and watched her. And I remember giving her some kind of irrigations to ease her pain and so on. She said, what are you doing for me? And finally, she had a heart attack. She had to go to the hospital. And in the hospital, she said to me, I need some ice. She put ice on her lips. And that was at night. And she had IV going and everything. And finally, the next morning I came to see her and she was gone. I was told by the doctor, last thing who examined her, had she gone a little bit earlier, he could have done something, and he could have saved her life. It was too late. She wasn't super that old. Father was the one that was the mental case. I walked down the stairs in the middle of the night. What time is it? Is it 8 o'clock in the morning? We have sitting with company.
Well, this isn't World Poetry doesn't fall under it. For some reason.
A lot of memories.